Welcome to Pax. Well, another year, and although it's a bit late, another PAX. And this PAX is pretty historic for me, because this is the first time I went for all 4 days. So, I actually got to play a lot, and actually attended some of the events and tournaments for the first time. Anyways, let's start talking about some games. Let's start at the beginning of the week, because the game that started my PAX weekend was Demon Tide. Demon Tides is the new game in the Demon Turf series, and I really liked it. Now, instead of the mix of 2D and 3D, it's fully 3D, and the new style is actually really nice. It also looks like it's going to be fully open world, which is actually pretty cool. I haven't played much of the original Demon Turf, so my favorite part of this demo was the snake rolling. It totally reminded me of the Goron movement from Majora's Mask. And speaking of the Goron movement, that brings me to the next game I want to talk about, Tire Boy. Tire Boy is an open world game with some really amazing and fast movement. You play as Tire Boy, a person whose head is a tire, in a weird world full of giant animals and fish people. And like I said, the movement is amazing, because you just tuck yourself into the tire and roll around really fast. Combat wise, it seems fine, like your typical adventure game. Unfortunately, there's no trailers or even a store page yet, so I hope you've been enjoying footage from their other game, Birdigo. Keeping on the topic of open worlds, the floor this year was pretty cool, but one booth really stood out to me. Goblin Town. Goblin Town is one of those rage-inducing impossible games, but this time it's a driving game where you're a goblin delivering food in a food truck. All you gotta do is just get to the top of the mountain, but the controls are weird and mess you up all the time, and falling at any point means starting again from the bottom. And the booth itself was, well, the food truck from the game, complete with a throne in the back of the car too. They also had an announcer commentating over the demo, and they were really funny. It was definitely the longest I waited for a demo this year, but after all that waiting, I really sucked. My other favorite thing on the floor that wasn't an actual video game was real-life Buckshot Roulette. It was really sick. There were 4 people sitting across from each other at a table with a prop shotgun and a screen to show you your health and the shotgun shells, all to win a glorious pin. So just like Buckshot, you get a random amount of live shells and blank shells. And of course, I failed miserably. Yeah, I was targeted by one person and got out in 2 shots, since they used their double damage on their second turn. I didn't even get to use my items. But at least their booth Critical Reflex wasn't a total loss, because they had some really great games. One of them was Tanuki Pons Summer. It's a really cute game that feels like it could be an anime. The basic premise is you're Tanuki mailman, delivering packages and pulling off some sick moves on your bike. But in delivering those packages, you get into some funny situations, like getting trained in the art of sumo by a retired pro sumo wrestler, or becoming a bartender. This game's definitely up there with the games I want most from this PAX, because it's got that pro skater feel to it, and I need more games like that. TROLEU was also at the booth, and I thought it was really funny. You're a trolley bus conductor, and you need to take payments, give out tickets, and take the law into your own hand and kick out rule breakers. I actually really like the style of this one. It reminds me of the old game 3D Movie Maker. I'll probably keep an eye on this game too. And the last game I didn't play, but I'm actually still really interested in it. No, I'm not a human. It's a new entry in the "is this person really who they say they are" genre, but it's got a really neat, creepy style, and the story is really good so far. The basic premise is you gotta find out who's human or who's a visitor. The visitors are basically monsters who come out from the ground and wear human skin. I'll definitely try it out, or I'll just watch a 2-hour lore video on it. There were 2 games I was surprised but excited to see get backed by bigger publishers. There was Pigface, now backed by DreadXP, a game I played the original demo of. It reminded me of a first-person version of Rockstar's Manhunt. You have an explosive implanted into your head, so now you gotta perform violent acts, or you go boom. I was really excited to see the game here, and heck, they were excited to see me too since I was wearing a Hotline Miami jacket cosplay with a pig face. And the other game was Jay and Silent Bob's Chronic Blunt Punch. A really good looking beat 'em up. I ordered some of the stuff off their backer kit a long time ago, and I have a physical copy of Jay and Silent Bob's Mall Brawl, but this was the first time I got to try out Blunt Punch, and it's really fun. It's a typical beat 'em up, and it's gonna be extremely dated by the time it actually comes out, but since it's Jay and Silent Bob, it actually makes sense to be dated. And the most surprising thing of all was it was at the Atari booth of all places. Speaking of blasts from the past, did you know that Gex is back? Well, did you also know that Bubsy is back too? Yeah. PAX had both Bubsy in the Purrfect collection and Gex Trilogy. I'll probably get the Gex Trilogy because I actually like a lot about Gex. But to be honest, I think the Bubsy collection is a better collection since they not only have each game, but they also have each console specific version and even the Japanese version. But enough glazing Bubsy since I actually didn't even play the demo, but my friend did and completely broke it. I guess let's do a speedrun and start wrapping things up. On the RPG side, I finally got to play a game I've been trying to play for a long time, Off. It's been around for a long time, but with the new Fangamer remake, I'll finally be able to try an official translation of the game. Then up there with my favorites from PAX is Sigils of Nightfall, which is a deck building roguelike dungeon crawler with a really great style. And last up for the RPGs was a rhythm fighting RPG called Away From Home. Gameplay is simple. You can attack or defend on the beat of the song. I sucked at it, but it's still a really cool looking game and I'd definitely give it another try. And for multiplayer games, there was some really good stuff. There was Ultimate Chicken Horse's sequel, Ultimate Sheep Raccoon. It's the same concept as the first game, but this time on bikes and less deaths at the start of the match, since you don't actually die for good, unless you lose your bike. And if you want a platform brawler, we got Royalty Free For All. An amazing concept for a game, with some amazing art to go with it. It takes royalty-free characters and puts their own twist on them, and throws them into a platform fighter. I can't wait to see if they add any more characters. Now, let's end it with some puzzle games. There was Hoard's LLC Limited Labyrinth Corporation, which is a simple floor-moving game about corporate corruption. It's a nice chill game with a good style. And the last game I want to talk about, I've actually been playing a lot of since PAX ended, and it's called Uh-Oh AI. It was showed off at the Worcester Polytechnic Institute booth, and I really love it. Sure, it's just one of those simple sliding match games, but hey, sometimes that's all you need. I'd definitely say play this one. And heck, I'm fine with even throwing it up as my favorite game at PAX, with how much I've played it. So overall, it was a really great PAX. I got to hang out with my friends, got to see them all win medals as I got nothing. Got a ton of merch, business cards, and collected all the EVs. One of my friends even got the guy from Smosh to sign one of my copies of Connect Adventures. And I got to promote the game I did artwork for, Cuckoo's Clock. It wasn't at a booth, but we at least handed out a bunch of business cards. But best of all, I got over 100 street passes. So until next time, I'm out.